Greetings. What's up, my boy? Man, Steph Curry, week 30. We're 30 weeks in, haven't missed one. The consistency is real with recording these weekly recaps, reviews, updates, etc., etc. Merriam-Webster's word of the day is petulant, and that is someone that is angry or annoyed, or a way to describe a person is angry or annoyed. So, of course, do with that what you will. And with our, what would you call it? I can't think of the word. But the way this typically works, I start with the working out, hard body or soft body, depending on what you got going on. And this was a soft body week. I don't know what's going on, but July just, no consistent. I can't even say consistency. Just haven't been prioritizing. I know, I'll say this, and Libra gang, life all about balance. I didn't have it. My biggest concern this week, this month, honestly, July was just working and money. Again, no excuse because I had downtime. I didn't have the buzzer. I didn't have jobs every day. So there was time, there for it. And it was just mentally, I just wasn't there for it. No excuses. Again, this is the last day of the month. And we're actually on Thursday. What did I do yesterday? Well, whatever I did yesterday, I can't say because it ain't supposed to be part of this week. Just like I'm coming back from a job right now. We'll leave it to me assembly, LITMA, we in there. But I can't speak on it because today is Thursday, Throwback Thursday, and this is just being included in next week. So, yeah, like I was saying, though, as far as the working out goes, nothing, just hasn't happened. And I don't feel like I'm in, like a space where I can't, or I got too much going on in my, I guess sort of, kind of. My mind is always racing, which is why I, put my thoughts out, some of them out, in this space now, just to be able to look back and see where I was. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I ain't work out. I ain't work. I wasn't going to forget that. I'm blaming it on my oldest son. I told him, nah, I'm joking, but I know as far as the working goes, like that law, I lost consistency with that. I washed the vest, so I took the weights out, and I never put them back in. So that stopped the working. Again, I see that bike every day, but I have clothes on the bike because I wash clothes, I clean clothes, I put them up, and I've been slowly but surely putting them up, but I haven't put the ones from the bike on there. Again, all of this stuff is if you want to do something, you're going to do it. You know what I mean? The same way I can drive an hour and a half to somebody's house, work for 3, 4, 5, 22 hours, and we're talking about stuff that would take minutes. So I'm not making no excuses. I just haven't. And like I said last week, I'm not going to work on no promises or saying nothing here, because then I saw a video on that. It was somebody saying how, like, if someone else asks me to help them with something or hold them accountable, I'll do it. I'll keep my word to somebody else more than I'll keep it to someone else, which is another, well, not another form, but another way to say I procrastinate. I'm fine with me procrastinating, but if somebody else is like, hey, I need to do this, these are the 3 days, let's, for a square to make it even or whatever. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I work out, I go walk, I work on my book, I study for XYZ exam certification, but I want you to check in with me. I'll set an alarm for that person, and whether you say 9, 10 in the morning, noon, lunchtime, 6, 7 in the evening, when it go up, I'm going to shoot a text every time. I'm going to call every time when I hear that alarm go off for somebody else. But I don't do that for myself. And of course, the people, that would ask me to do that are typically people I care about. So I definitely want to see them succeed in their goals. But I also know that my goals, at least I say they are of importance to me. And I know, especially like certain things, like working out, for me, it'll make me feel better physically. It'll help, with life in the long term. But mentally and emotionally, if I like what I see more and the abilities I have, I'm mentally and emotionally in a better place as well. So I know the benefits that'll come from this. And I know that that'll greatly impact me and make me also a better person for the people around me that need me as well as for myself. But I'm not prioritizing it how I should. So the things that I know I need to do, say I need to do, and want to commit to doing, me not doing them, the only way to say I'm comfortable with letting myself down more than other people. And I'm not okay with that. I'm not comfortable with it, but I'm doing it. And I really want to, focus on getting out of this. So I don't know, we're going to work on it. But yeah, so no workouts to report. Thumbs down. 0 out of 10. Wouldn't recommend having the consistency that I have had in week 30. So whatever. Glad that we got that out of the way. That was almost 6 minutes of 5 minutes because the greeting and all that word of the day. Anyway, so that's that. We have actually started working. We got to start working this week. Picked up my laptop workstation on Monday, and I don't have all my access. So right now my manager has me like studying and just reading up on material. So, I ain't got no issue with that. Cool. So, studying and reading up on the material, nothing crazy. She seems, biologically, she is a woman. But, of course, I'm not trying to be disrespectful when I say that. But when I say they, I don't know. Want to clarify before saying they what you look and see, if that makes sense. So, they seem cool. Management style. Sent me some more like direct material, because it was like, hey, kind of just play around on this site, see what you can see, and it'll help. But I don't know if the things that I'm reading are directly related. I know that it's related, but not like necessarily directly related. Like, I can't see into the systems, and they express to me that I typically be using like Salesforce and this thing called the Hub to work out of, which honestly I haven't used at all in my previous roles. So, but I've learned I have comfortability with systems. It don't take me long to learn and adjust and adapt. So I'm like, I would be good. But they gave me that to do, and so we actually got started working. Got the laptop, the monitor and everything came like last night, and the manager, but the IT and them said that it would have been there. I take my wallet around here. This don't look familiar, but whatever. Eyes almost where eyes need to be. They IT said that it would have been there by it would have been there. Today is Thursday. They said, what day was that? We were there Monday. It wasn't there. They said it would be there Tuesday. Today is Thursday. So that was Tuesday. On Tuesday when I checked in, they were like, oh no, you need to pick it up. And I'm like, I know you lying. I was just there on Monday, yesterday, and y'all told me that it was getting mailed and it should be there by today. And they're like, oh no, you need to pick it up. All right, whatever. So let my manager know that, and they're as confused as I am. And then Wednesday night, last night, boom, it shows up. Whatever. So that's where we are. Have my workstation and just studying. We have our first, it'll be my first, like, we meet every Friday at the office. And so tomorrow's Friday, so I'll be at the office on Friday and just, meet and greet, hey, showing face to some of the team and just seeing how the meeting goes. And so next week, my workstation will be set up and all of my access should be granted by then. So I should be good to go and just start actually like touching around in Salesforce and more so in the hub and seeing everything. Okay, this is what you're going to be doing exactly, and able to start doing it. So, like I say, we are no longer unemployed. I'm glad that I'm doing this because it reminded me that I need to put in my timesheet so I can get paid next week. Because tomorrow I'm supposed to be getting a little check if everything had went as planned last week, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Better late than never. So put in my time sheet so I can get my little piece of change and go on about my black business. So, like I said, that's worked. So far, so good. Definitely no complaints. And what else is going on? Home life is being cool. This is my oldest last week in town. He leaves on Saturday because he has school on Monday. So this past weekend, I had my sister and my nephew. They were there at the house hanging out, and then I dropped them off on Sunday. Got on the road on Sunday to pick up my oldest sister. She had hung out with us I think in June, the beginning of June, and had a really good time. And then she was there by herself, and my oldest mom was like, hey, can she come by one weekend next summer? And I was like, she ain't got to wait next summer, she can come this summer. So I got her. So her and Little Bit are like a year and a half or so apart. And so I was like, all right, she has somebody to hang with, close to the same age or whatever, girl. I mean, my youngest is close to their age too, but he's a boy. So just having those two girls, so they've been hanging out because, of course, Little Bit is there too, having a really good time. Oh, cats and dogs. 1 minute they together, they best friends, whatever. The next minute she don't want to play with me, or she yelled at me. Hey, look, I'm not saying enough for this, so I need y'all to stay away from each other or get along and be with each other. But either way, I don't want to hear this no more. So they've been doing okay with conflict resolution and getting all right. So I have them there. I don't know what's going on with my Bron's job. They worked last week when they worked, and since then it's been like, I don't know, like, hey, or we'll let y'all know, or we're gonna call, and ain't nobody called, anybody let them know. The older of the two, he was like, yo, can you take me up there tomorrow so we can check? So we went up there yesterday, and they were like, the manager lady was busy and they'll let them know. So I'm like,